is Professor Max Otte. He's Professor of Business Analysis at the University of Graz and an independent fund manager. So what do you make of Germany's recruiting drive in Spain? Could that cause brain drain in Spain and further exacerbate the crisis?
It is already doing that. This is brain drain. Right now, of course, it's the right thing to do because it helps both sides. It helps the Spanish people looking for work and it helps the German industry. But of course, it will exacerbate the economic disparities between both regions.
Now, in that report, Emilio, the engineer from Spain, said that he expected he might be able to return home in about 15 years. Do you think the euro crisis is going to drag on that long?
We have two separate things going on here. I think the macroeconomic crisis will be over in 2, 3, 4 years' time, but then industry in those peripheral countries will have gone away, or some of it will have gone away. So to rebuild that will take a much longer time. So Emilio is realistic.
Well, this year of the euro crisis is now just about over. Let's look at how the numbers added up over the past 12 months, starting with the figures that have been paid out of the European Debt Fund, the Rescue Fund. Portugal got 61 billion so far, Ireland 52 billion, Greece 149 with another 34 billion on the way, and Spain has so far managed to get by with 40 billion. Do you think that money has been well spent? Could it help achieve a kind of equilibrium in the Eurozone?
The money has not been spent wisely at all, especially not in Greece. We would have needed a haircut right at the beginning to also involve creditors. But right now, Greece has been twice as expensive as necessary, and it's still not really seeing the end of it. But overall in Europe, I think maybe we're seeing the end of those capital flights and we're returning to somewhat of a normalcy.
Do you think that the crisis could lead Europe towards more fiscal and budgetary uniformity in terms of policy? Do you think that there could be some mechanisms put in place that would help avoid this kind of crisis in the future?
You don't do that by simply saying we have a uniform macroeconomic procedure. That's an illusion. That's really a dream of wishful thinking. We need a European constitution. We need to tackle first issues first, so I don't see that.
Okay, well then let's cast our gaze ahead to the year ahead, 2013. Do you think things are going to get worse before they get better?
Probably we've seen the worst of it, but they will drag on for a while, and I don't think they will get better quickly.
When do you see improvement on the horizon?
I think in about 2 to 3 years we'll really have to make a decision, and by then probably some of the things will have abated.
Now, you wrote a book in 2006 where you pretty much predicted the crash. Have your predictions unfolded pretty much as you anticipated?
The crash itself was not as bad because government stepped in with more of the same, more credit, more money, more funds, which will help or which dragged out the problem. So the crisis, instead of being a catalytic event, and will drag on for another couple of years.
Max Otte, thank you very much for that.